if you can do that. All right. And if you can't, maybe you'd have to mute yourself. So hi, Roman. How you doing, buddy? And I would love it if everybody now, let's see, Raymond, I'm going to lower your hand, Raymond. Everybody is with us. And we have Brennan. And we are getting ready to get started. Okay, good. Now, can everybody please go to page 2 in their packet? Now,
Mommy, hold on.
is
Mommy, you didn't give me the white sheet.
by the way, whoever is speaking to their parent right now, that's something you can't do during class unless you mute yourself, because then everybody hears that conversation. So I really appreciate it if you would remember to do that. Okay. Now, oh, hi, Amelia and Annalise and Matthew and Raymond. Oh my God, what a beautiful group. Okay, let's get going. So the first thing I want to say is, do you guys see a beautiful triangle in front of you that is broken up into beautiful groups? And this triangle is actually called a fractal. And some of you have done fractals with me. And guys, look at the really, really tiny triangle at the top. Do you see the really, really tiny triangle at the top?
Yes.
Doesn't that look just like the triangle below it, just bigger? And doesn't that look like the triangle below it, but just bigger? And doesn't that look like the triangle below it, but just bigger? Wait a minute. Does this continue on and on? Wait, do you think it goes one more? Oh my gosh. This is called a fractal. And Sierpinski is a very famous mathematician who figured out how to create a fractal, which is pretty cool. Now, Sierpinski also did something else. Sierpinski was looking at the idea of abundant numbers. Do you remember the numbers that we found last week? And we found that certain numbers were abundant. And Roman, you can't talk to your mom unless you mute yourself, honey. It's really important. Do you guys remember last week we were talking about abundant numbers? So let's make sure we can understand what we were doing. Write down factor 40 on your sheet. And what's the first factor pair we would do? You can say it out loud, please.
1 times 40.
1 times 40. And then remember my lovely method of double and half. You can now say the next one on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
2 times 20.
Now give everybody a chance to write down the next one. And we're going to say it together as a team. Here we go. On 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
4 times 10.
4 times 10. And let everybody have a chance to think about it. And let's do it again. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
8 times 5.
Oh, yes, it is. And everybody knows that if we add up the proper factors of the number, which do not include the number itself, and that sum is bigger than 40, we call that a what kind of number? Can you say out loud what we call that? Who remembers what that's called? if the sum of the proper factors is greater than the
Abundant.
oh boy. If you
Abundant.
Brennan,
Abundant.
abundant, beautiful. Now, let's see if it's abundant. Are you ready? I like to write down 20 and 10 and 8 and 5 and 4 and 2 and 1. I write it down vertically. Who can tell me what is 5 plus 4 plus 1? Go. 5 plus 4 plus 1 is 10. And who can tell me what is 2 plus 8?
10.
So isn't that 20? And do you see how I carry the 2 in the tens column? And who can tell me 2 plus 2 plus 1?
5.
Oh, look at that. So guess what? We know, everyone, that 40 is abundant. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you take one number away from these numbers to get 40? Which number would you take away? And Brennan raised his hand electronically, so I'm going to go with him first. And Signe, if you want to raise your hand electronically, that would be great. Brennan, go ahead.
Just take away the 10.
Wait a minute. So are you saying that if I do 50 minus 10, that I get to my number? So guess what, guys? We call the number 40 near perfect. We call it near perfect. And that means that all you have to do is add up 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 20, and you get 40. So we can just add up every number except one number, and Sierpinski called 40 a near perfect. Now, who knows what the magic number was here? The magic number here was 10. Now we call 10, it has a special name. We call the number 10 the redundant. Can you say redundant?
Redundant.
So 10 is the redundant divisor. 10 is the redundant divisor for the near perfect number 40. So now I want you guys to go to page 3 in your packet. And if you go to page 3 in your packet, you will see that I listed all the abundant numbers. I listed 28 abundant numbers. And what I want you to do is I want you to circle the number 40 because you know that it's near perfect. And what was that special redundant number that we found for 40? What was that special number we found, guys?
10.
Yep, we found 10. So everybody write the number 10 below the number 40. Now, everybody go to a nice clean sheet.
Nice.
We're now gonna test the number 12. So everybody factor the number 12 on your own. and tell me if
After
number
12.
is a near perfect number. Somebody, Roman, can you stop making those noises, please? Because everybody hears them. Thank you. And then it would be great to see you write down 1 and 12. Now, who can tell me if you were able to find numbers that added up to 12 with the exception of one number? Annalise, could you tell us what you found?
Yes.
Go, Annalise.
I could not.
Okay, but you had your hand up, love. Do you want to ask a question?
No.
Okay, so you just raised your hand by accident. Does anybody else, guys, guess what I see? You guys want to see what I see? I see 6 plus 2 plus 4. What is 6 plus 2 plus 4, everybody?
12. Oh.
Oh, but it's too bad because there are 2 numbers left over. And I'm only allowed to have 1 number left over. Was anybody able to add different numbers to make 12 where there was only 1 number left over? Brennan, what about you?
Yes. So I just did 1 plus 2 is 3, and then plus 4 is 7, plus 6 is what?
But wait a minute. What is 1 plus 2 plus 3, everybody?
6.
And what is 6 plus 6?
12.
Ah, so what number is the redundant number?
4.
Right. So 4 is the redundant number, and 12 we say is near perfect. Okay, everybody circle the number 12 on page 3 and write the number 4 below it, but I'm thinking it might already be there for us. Did I already circle the number 12 and write a 4 below it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Yes.
who wants to try to find the next near perfect number? Who wants to find the next near perfect number? Signe, what number do you want to try?
104.
Whoa, that is going to be interesting. I'm going to ask everybody to write down the number factor 104, and let's do it together. Are you ready? 1 and 104. Who knows how to take half of 104? And what I'm thinking is, if you know that 104 is 100 plus 4, if we take half of 100 and half of 4, we can smush those answers together. So say it out loud if you know half of 100. Go.
50.
Say out loud if you know half of 4. Go.
2.
Add them together, and what do you get?
52.
Guess what? You did it. Now do it again. Let's do double, and let's take half of 52. Now we know that 52 equals 50 plus 2. Let's take half of 50 and half of 2. Who can tell me what is half of 50? Go.
25.
And who can tell me what is half of 2?
1.
Smush them together, and 25 plus 1 equals?
26.
Oh my gosh. Now, how many of you could do the next one, but nobody say it out loud? So if you can do the next one, do it, but don't say what it is, and then I'll say 1, 2, 3 in a minute. So give me the last factor pair. All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
8 times 13.
Nice. Now I want everybody to make a big, kind of a big circle around the proper factors. And I think what we should do here is let's write them all down vertically. Everybody write this down. Go. 52, and Roman, I don't see you writing. 26, 13, and Declan's writing. I see Declan writing, and 8, and 4, and 2, and 1. And you better line up those ones columns and those 10 columns. And let's, Aaron, did you write it down yet, buddy? Okay, well, make sure you write them down, and Aiden, and Annalise, and Matthew, and Amelia, and Raymond. All right. Who can tell me what is 8 plus 2? Go.
10.
And who can tell me what is 4 plus 6?
10.
And who can tell me the remaining numbers of 2, 3, and 1? Add those up. Come on.
6.
And Matthew, let's hear it from you. If you add 6 and 2 10s, what do you get?
62.
Not 62.
26.
There you go. And so we're going to put a 6 in the ones column, carry a 2 in the tens column. And how many of you can add 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1? Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud, but if you want, give me your fingers and go like this. Answer?
104.
Well, we know that 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 10. So what do we get as an answer, everybody?
106.
So now let me ask you, what is the redundant number if 104 is near perfect? Jeremy, what do you think? What number should we take away from 106 to get to 104?
10.
Oh my God, everybody write it down. 2 is the redundant number, and 104 near perfect. Wow. So Signe, I am really proud of you that you found another near perfect number. Everybody go to page 3, circle 104, and put the number 2 under it, because that's the redundant number. Now, I want to ask you guys, somebody choose the next one, but I want you to choose it between the 12 and the 40. Who's going to choose the next one? Raise your hand electronically, and I'm going to choose, but I know that other people can actually raise their hand. Emil, go for it.
70.
Amelia.
70.
Oh, can you, and Annalise, can you choose one between, sorry, can you choose one between 12 and 40?
Between 12 and 40?
24.
Ooh, everyone, let's do it right now. We're gonna factor 24, and then we'll factor the 70 later on, Amelia. Now, what I want you guys to do now is to factor 24 without me doing it for you. And I want to see if it's near perfect and if you can find the redundant number. So, Roman, why don't you write out the numbers, Roman? Come on, pick up your pencil, turn around, and write it out. I would love to see everybody do this.
Seven plus 3 is 10.
Yay.
I'm going to start to write them out. If you're having trouble, you can look up at the screen, and if you're not, just keep working it. I would love, Roman, I would love to see you write. You're the only one that's not writing, so I'd love to see you take your pencil to your paper and do double half, double half. Great things will happen.
Whoa. I got 24 and I have 4 and 8.
Well, wait a minute, hold on. I don't want, because a lot of people are still working on this. You don't want to call it out. Your job is to find out if 24 is near perfect, and if it is, what is the redundant number? So I like to add all the numbers vertically. And I always like to find my tens. I am a big believer in putting numbers together that make 10, like 8 and 2 and 6 and 4. 3, 2, and 1 don't make 10, but they certainly make a nice number. So who can tell me the sum of all of the proper factors of this number? Go ahead, Signe.
34.
Well,
Because
someone else. Brennan, what do you think?
26.
Well, that is the sum of the ones column. So Signe, we know it has to end in a 6 because 10 plus 10 plus 6 is 26. Then we carry the 2 in the tens column. So Brennan, what happens when we add the 2 to the 1? What do we get?
30.
So therefore, the sum is?
36.
And how do we get from 36 to 24? What number do we have to subtract? Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. But if there's one number here, we know it's near perfect. Please raise your hand electronically if you know what that number is. Raymond, I know you know it. And Annalise, I know, and Aiden, I know you know it. Go ahead, Raymond.
I think the near perfect number is 6. No, 12.
Oh, so the redundant number is 12. That's the redundant. And 24 is definitely near perfect. Wow. Did anybody else raise your hand like this? if anybody else got 12 as the redundant number. Nice job, Brennan. Anybody else get it? Anybody else? Oh, Aiden got it. Good. Amelia, I think, got it. I'm not sure if Annalise got it. I can't see Annalise at all now. Hannah, how about you, Hannah? Did you get it? Hannah, did you get it? Yeah, good, honey. Good, good. Everybody right now, go to page 3 and circle Annalise's number 24 because it's near perfect, and write the number 12 below it. Now, who is going to choose the next number, either 18, 20, 30, or 36? And I'm going to tell you, 2 of them are near perfect, and 2 of them are not. So I want somebody else that hasn't chosen a number to choose a number. Aaron, what about you? Come on, buddy. You can choose a number. Go ahead, buddy.
20.
Let's do it. Everybody factor 20. Find out if it's near perfect. And if it is, what is the redundant number? All right, Signe, I'm going to ask you to tell me if it's near perfect. And then Brennan, I'm going to ask you to tell me what the redundant number is. But first, before that, Raymond, can you tell me the sum of all of the proper factors, please?
22.
And therefore, we know it's abundant. And Signe, is it near perfect?
Can I say the abundant number?
Oh, yes, you can.
It's 2.
And right. And Brennan, is it near perfect?
Yes.
Oh my
Because
God.
you take away the 2 and it's.
You know, guys, do you know what I think about you guys? I think you mathematicians are near perfect. Remember, nobody's perfect, but I like to think of my mathematicians as near perfect because we can only try to be better and better. So everybody go to page 3, circle the number 20, and put the number 2 below it as redundant.
Oh no.
All right, Amelia. You gonna choose the next one, sweetie?
How about 18?
Oh boy, let's do it, guys. And guys, let's see how fast we can do it together. So we're gonna factor 18. 1 and 8, double half. Uh-oh. What do we do with the 9? We can't take half of 9. So what number goes into 9, guys? Say it out loud,
5
Amelia.
and 4.
Say again.
5 and 4. 4.
But that goes into 9 with addition. We need to go into 9 with addition. How many 3s go in? How many numbers of a certain type go into 9?
3.
Ah, how many 3s?
3 3s.
And Aaron, what were you going to share?
3 3s too.
And Aaron, 3 times what is 18? How many threes go into 18?
3.
Well, 3 threes go into 9, but how many threes go into 18? And we can just build another 3 by 3 on
6.
top of it.
6.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful job. Everybody circle the proper factors and add them up. And Aiden, you're going to do this next one. Aiden, you're going to start by telling me the sum. Annalise, you're going to tell me if it's near perfect. And Matthew, you're going to tell me the redundant number. I'm so excited.
1 plus 2 is 3 equals 3 is 4.
All right. So Aiden, can you tell me the sum of these numbers?
Aha. Yeah.
Aiden, does anybody want to help him out? And I'm going to ask Raymond to help out. Go ahead, Raymond.
Okay. Do we have to add them together?
You always add the proper factors together. And what do you get, my
21.
Oh, and Aiden, do you see how I
22.
added, do you see how I added the 9 and 1 together? And then that was 10. And then the 6, 3, and 2 made 11. Together they make 21. So Annalise, is 18 a near perfect number? Annalise, Annalise, are you there? I can't see you. Maybe you can put yourself in the middle of the screen. Is 18 a near perfect number? Is there one number you could take away from 21
3.
to make, oh, don't call it out, Raymond, because I'm asking Annalise right now. Annalise, what do you think? Matthew, do you want to help out? What number could we take away from 21 to make 18, Matthew?
I know.
And go ahead, Annalise.
3.
Yes. And therefore, please tell me, Hannah, what is the redundant number?
X. 2.
Well, if we take away a 6 to make 18, that would be true. But what did Annalise say, Hannah, that we would take away to make 18?
3.
So 3 is redundant. Everybody circle the 18 and put a 3 underneath. Very good job. Now, let's look at 30. Because I'm wondering if maybe 30 is maybe not nearly perfect. Let's go ahead and try 30. Okay, everybody give me the first factor. Actually, why don't we start with Jeremy? Go.
1 and 30.
Nice job. Roman, why don't you give me the next one, Roman? And you'll have to unmute yourself. Roman, what's the next? Come on.
Next what?
Double the 1 and take half of 30. Go.
50.
Well, no, doubling 1 does not give you 50. Aaron or Declan, why don't you give it a shot? You'll have to unmute yourself, though.
2.
Declan, go ahead, buddy. You have to unmute yourself. Nobody call it out. That wouldn't be nice. Now, Declan, I'm going to go to the next person if you can't unmute yourself. That's much better. Now, Declan, go for it. What's the next factor pair? Double the 1 and take half of 30. Come on, buddy. You can. I know you can double the 1.
15.
Say again, buddy.
2 and 15.
Very, very nice. Now, we can't take half of 15. So who knows what number goes into 15 evenly that we can then
5.
use? Amelia?
10 and 5.
Well, 10 plus 5 equals 15. And we talked about this. The number has to go in it. So 5 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 5. So we're going to use the number 3. Who knows how many 3s go into the number 30? Matthew, can you tell me?
10.
Aiden, can you tell me?
How many?
3 times what equals 30? And what about you, Annalise?
What?
What about you, Hannah? Three times what equals 30? How about,
10.
oh, if you said 3 times 10 equals 30, you are correct. Everybody say the double half together. Go. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on, double the 3.
6 times
6.
5.
9.
All right. Now, everybody add it together. And I want you to write out 15 plus 10 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And combine all of your 10s. And there are 2 beautiful ones that I see. And then there's just one number left over. So Signe, what do you get for a sum of the ones column? Only the ones column.
This one. Oh, only the ones column.
Just the ones column.
22.
Can you say it more clearly, please?
22.
And we put a 2, everybody. We carry the 2 in the tens column. Everybody say on 3, what is 2 plus 1 plus 1? On 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
4.
4. 4.
All right, everybody.
4.
Now, who knows what is the redundant number that we need to make 30 nearly perfect? What number would we have to subtract from 42 to get 30? Who has an idea about that? This is kind of hard. Brennan?
We would need to do a 12, but we don't have a 12. So
Wait a minute. I think you're right. So guess what? 30 is not nearly perfect. And Jeremy, were you going to say 12 also?
Yes.
Awesome. So everybody go back to page 3. And this time, I just want you to put a little slash through 30 because 30 is not nearly perfect. And now everybody can do any number that they want. So I want you to choose a number. So for instance, I might choose the number 60. I might choose the number 70. I might choose 90 or 100 or 36. And I want you to try your best to find out if it's near perfect. And if it is, I will test it with you. So everybody, oh, by the way, I made a special page for you. Everybody go to page 4, where I factored every one of those numbers. So if you have any trouble factoring, you can look at page 4 to help you look and find the proper factors, the proper divisors. I even did the ones for the big numbers on page 5. And if anybody hits a wall and wants some help, I will be happy to assist. You have to raise your hand electronically, and then I will know that you need help. And only great mathematicians know to ask for help.
48.
So this.
Roman, once again, you're the only person that I don't see writing. And I know that the only way you can do these problems is to actually write them down. So if you pick up your pencil, you might learn a lot. And this week, I hope all of you try all of these abundant numbers to see if they are near perfect.
Can I go to the bathroom?
You don't have to ask. When you have to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. In fact, I'm going to go to the bathroom really fast, and then I'm going to come right back. So everybody work really hard, and then I'm going to ask you, I'm going to call on you, and you're going to give me your number and tell me what you did, and I'm going to help if you need help. I'll be right back.
Everybody can see.
Okay, everybody. I want to hear everybody's prediction. So who is going to start the process? Who's going to start? Who's going to start to tell me what they did? Brennan, you're going to go first.
So I was factoring 100 and it was not near perfect.
So you factored 100, and what did you get for the sum of the proper factors?
82.
So let me just check. And Brennan, did I factor this correctly? Can you please check my work? And anybody else who did 100 could also check my work. Oh, Brennan, there's one thing I have to tell you. You only have to add one of the tens. So when you add these numbers, you only choose one. I don't know if that's going to affect the answer. But Brennan, wouldn't it be interesting if that made it nearly perfect? And I
Maybe.
really do not know, Brennan, right now, if it's going to work. So let's try it together. So what is 4 plus 2 plus 1?
7.
And 7 and 10 make what?
17.
Anybody can help out. And we carry the 1 in the tens column. And 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is what, everybody?
100.
No. 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. And guess what? What number would we need as a redundant number? Say it out loud, everybody.
17.
We would need
17.
17. So guess what? 100 is not, as Brennan said. Everybody can now cross out 100. It is not nearly perfect. Okay, who's going to share the next one? Go ahead, Amelia. And then Signe, you're going to go after that. Oh, Amelia, you are muted, sweetheart. You have to unmute yourself. In fact, keep yourself
You know,
Go ahead,
do you know
sweetheart.
do you know that I did 102?
Oh, you
One-
did? Awesome. Awesome. And Signe, which number did you try?
80, but I didn't have enough time to finish it.
And Signe, which number did you try?
80.
Signe, you're behind. Can you
80.
80. And what did you get for that?
I couldn't finish it. I didn't have time.
Okay, so try to finish it now. Declan, what about you?
I did 78.
And what did you find? Declan, were you able to find whether 78 was nearly perfect?
No.
This was kind of a difficult one to factor. I had a little difficulty factoring that. Declan, did you figure it out if it was nearly perfect?
No.
Well, let's do it together. If anybody wants to work with us right now, I would love for us all to work together. 39 and 26 and 13 and 6 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come on, everybody, let's do it. Come on, Annalise, help me out here. Roman and Jeremy and Aiden. Okay, let's add those tens. Do you guys, oh my gosh, do you guys see a 9 and a 1?
Yeah.
That makes 10. Do you see, oh, you know what I see? I see 6 and 3 and 6 and 3 and a 2. And 6 and 3 make 9. So 9 and 9 is 18. 18 plus 2 is what, everybody?
20.
And 20 plus 10 is what, everybody?
30.
30. Carry the 3 in the tens column. Who can add 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1?
9.
Oh, look at this, everybody. It's 90. And who can tell me what we need to subtract from 90 to get to 78? Signe, go.
I figured out my number.
And good, in a second we'll do that, but who can tell me the redundant number here, Brennan?
12.
Oh,
we don't have one.
Guess what, Brennan, guess what, Declan?
What?
Your number 78 is not nearly perfect because we need a 12 and we don't have a 12. So we can go to 78 and put a line through it. Now, Signe, what did you find out about 80?
99.
Signe, did you do 80 or 99?
I did 80, but all of those together equaled 99.
Oh, and was it nearly perfect?
Yes, because if I just subtract 10, I'll equal 80. I think.
I can't hear you, sweetheart. You'll have to speak a little more clearly.
Because if I subtract 10, I think it'll equal 80. Actually, no. If I subtract 20.
Let's check it out together. Okay. Now, you know what we could do, guys? Here, why don't we just add 16 plus 4? Who can say what that is?
20.
And who can say 8 plus 2 is what?
10.
So 20 plus 10 is what?
30.
Plus 10 is?
40.
40 plus 20 is?
60.
60 plus 40 is?
100.
And 100 plus 6 is?
106.
So our sum, Signe, is 106. And who can tell me what the redundant number would have to be for 80 to be nearly perfect? Go.
26.
26.
Oh my gosh. Do we have a 26?
No. No.
Then 80 is not nearly perfect. So everybody can cross out 80. Now, so many of you have tried other numbers. What numbers have you tried, Raymond?
994.
You tried 994. Where did you see that number?
I just think of it.
You just thought of it. Okay. Well, that's a really, really hard one. And it's going to take everybody a really long time. So I would think, Raymond, that you might want to come up with an easy. Did you think it was nearly perfect or not?
I think it is near perfect.
Yeah, you're going to need to help me understand that a little bit better. Now, I think that 7 goes into that, maybe 1 and maybe 4 and maybe 2 and maybe 14 and 71. Now, everybody look at Mr. Kramer's work here because I don't know if Raymond's number is nearly perfect. I think I might have gotten lucky if I got all the factors. Raymond, what did you get for the sum, Raymond?
I got it as 1024.
All right, let me check it out. So that's 10 and 23. So I got 734. And so 994 is not an abundant number. You need an abundant number in order for it to be nearly perfect. So Raymond, next time, use the numbers that I give you, and I even gave you 62 abundant numbers below. Does everybody see the abundant numbers below? So if you run out of abundant numbers, everybody, you can do it too. So I hope everybody is feeling nearly perfect. If you're feeling nearly perfect, raise your hand right now. And everybody say hello to their friends. Say,
Hello?
I'm feeling nearly perfect today.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nearly perfect
Bye.
mathematicians.
Bye.